80 to 90% of donut shops in California are owned by Cambodians. The shops were a way for the first generation of people to find economic security with their families. And so they have a big importance for like across generations. And I wanted to immortalize that through a donut pipe. I'm Vanndearlyn Vong. I'm a first-generation Cambodian-American. I create ceramic donut pipes. I take a lot of inspiration from Granny's Donuts, which is the shop I grew up around, and I was like, well, I want to make a dozen. Like, I want a baker's dozen, and so yeah, I've been sticking with it since then and creating new flavors out of the glazes I use. What gets me in the zone while I'm creating is music. I listen to Cambodian rock and other oldies, and that helps me retain the language as I continue to create. Like, I don't have my ancestors, and so keeping that connection with them now is really important to me. And I found that the Cambodian rock really helps me stay in tune. It's kind of like how a DJ needs to stay on beat. I'm collaborating and dancing with the clay on the wheel. I got started in ceramics about a year ago, and the purpose was to start fundraising for the Long Beach Southeast Asian Anti-Deportation Collective. 40% of those proceeds go to the collective. I think since I was young, I've had an interest in politics because as a Cambodian person, I felt like we're just not represented or known. And then after working on some political campaigns, I was aware that ICE was going to ramp up deportations in, I want to say like 2018, and I wanted to find a way to use my art for a good cause. I chose to make it a pipe because of the functionality of it, but also I wanted it to stand in direct contrast to the war on drugs and how we've been criminalized for using marijuana. The characteristics of Cambodian ceramics. There's more of a focus on the form itself as opposed to the glazing, and then connected to that, getting to the form through multiple techniques. So they might create something on the wheel and then detail the surface by hand. And so it's a lot of surface decoration and manipulation of form and combining techniques from the wheel or off the wheel. I feel like I'm kind of swimming like back to my roots or finding them again in terms of the techniques that our ancestors were using. It gives me a glimpse into what our way of life might have been before colonization. It's now become a lifelong journey, and I'm very humbled and grateful to learn from the clay and learn how my ancestors were working with it and imagine what their way of life might have been and how working with clay might have been healing for them. I'm Vanndearlyn Vong. I am an artist who works with clay and also an organizer.